I think we have to back it up before we go into your basketball history.
Okay.
Because I think we have to get to the most important thing we want to know tonight. Who's got a connection to Conan O'Brien? Todd Beeson. Tell me the story, because this whole podcast is made for us to meet Conan. So let's go. Let's talk about your second or third degree connection to Conan.
Yeah, well, I noticed in your previous podcast with Matt Wilson that there was a connection there, and I can say that his sidekick, Andy Richter, has been a dear friend and client for me. And
keep going. Come on. Just get me closer.
Let me, dear friend. No, he hasn't helped me out or anything, but he has gifted me things as a person.
Like in person or like Venmo? We're on. Well, everybody, welcome to Full Frontal Nerdity.
Hey.
What? It's a packed house here in, is this North Moorhead or is this Dilworth? This is Dilworth. Yeah, hey, could we turn up the lights? Because this isn't blinding me enough right now. I'm going to get a small migraine. Do you get the flashes and everything right now? I'm looking in those lights right now.
I see the cells floating.
Well, now we can't see all the people that are sitting out there.
That's
now
right.
They turned it down. So before we get started, did everybody that got here, did anybody drive A Street in Moorhead today? Because I blew out 2 tires just trying to get here. Have you driven that? Yeah, it's just a piece of shit. It's just like I'm embarrassed to drive down that road right now. Have you driven on it?
No, I haven't.
It's horrible. I drive a Jeep, so it feels like I'm driving a beat truck through the middle of Moorhead. It doesn't irritate me at all. I want you to leave here and drive down A Street in Moorhead and tell me how you feel.
That's why I live in Fargo.
Oh, is that a Fargo shot? Ass. All right. Well, thanks for everybody coming here. How many people have heard of Full Frontal Nerdity out there? Yes!
Yes! Thanks, Mom. Your voice, it's cold is clearing up, it sounds like.
Mom's not even local. That's bullshit. I know. Well, this is kind of fun. So we are sitting here, we're on our second season of Full Frontal Nerdity, so that's exciting.
How
We've
did
been doing this for over a year.
What the season was, Dan?
It's fiscal. We started in May
Don't you have
of
to make money to be
2025.
fiscal?
Yeah, what's that?
Doesn't there have to be money involved to be fiscal?
Well, I'm losing money.
Yes.
There's money involved. This is, like we said when we started this is not for monetary reasons.
That's right.
This is for your pride.
Oh, okay. Well,
Bragging
quit
rights.
right now.
Right, exactly. So yeah, this is our second episode of the second season. So a lot of people say that once you get past 10 episodes, you want to hang it up, and I do. So this might be our last one. But we have the Beeson Brothers here to cap it all off.
Let's go out with a bang here.
Yes, exactly. So we're really happy you guys could be here. So yeah, let's give a round of applause for the Beeson Brothers. There's so many ways we could start this. First of all, we want to clarify you guys are brothers, right? Just not a coincidence with the Beeson thing.
Yeah, both. We get told that we look like our parents quite often, so we're pretty much assuming we actually are brothers.
Good. And give us older and younger brothers. Let's clarify that because we all look the same age at this point. So let's clarify.
I take offense to that.
Clearly younger than
You should. Yeah, exactly.
You're a bright man.
How many people in your family?
How many in our family?
Yes.
Just 4 of us. Yeah,
Just 4 of them.
Mom, Dad, Todd, me.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
there's
I was
2
thinking-
years, 4 months, 22 days between us.
Okay,
But
so
3 school years.
Okay.
So
did you just say
so
there's
one of
4
you was a lot smarter, or was it the other way? Like how do you get the years and the school years and the?
I was one of those
Where's the
summer
math
birthday guys, so I was kind of on the
gotcha.
younger end of the spectrum and entering my grade. And he was a little bit older.
Yeah.
But there's a Moorhead connection. Thank you for being here. Moorhead hometown crowd. This is I feel bad, Fish. You are Fargo. There's been a lot of Moorhead shows.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know that.
Every show is a Moorhead reunion.
I might have not agreed to do this had I known that.
It's the easy shows to book
It's the easy
because Moorhead people just want to talk about their lives. So go ahead and ask them anything about Moorhead, Fish.
Yeah. Why Moorhead? Why not Fargo? I don't know.
We're Minnesota people.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good answer.
There's a strong delineation in my experience that I've found once you cross that Red River, in terms of attitude, approach, mentality, desire, things that matter in life.
Right.
God, he speaks
Yet,
like...
yet you stay here because it's.
Well,
better
no,
on the other
actually,
side.
I didn't.
He just happens to be here, actually.
Yeah, and who knows how circumstances would have played out had we not moved to Eden Prairie before my 7th grade year, right? Because I did actually come back to Moorhead State.
For MSU.
Yeah. So, and that worked out pretty well. You know, I played for a coach that really allowed me to do whatever I wanted to do out there, and he gave me the possibility to shoot as many times as I wanted, and actually was kind of critical of me for not shooting more, even on games where I shot 28 times.
All right. Well, I think we have to back it up before we go into your basketball history a little bit, because I think we have to get to the most important thing we want to know tonight. Who's got a connection to Conan O'Brien? Todd Beeson. Tell me the story, because this whole podcast is made for us to meet Conan. So let's go. Let's talk about your 2nd or 3rd degree connection to Conan.
Yeah,
O'Brien.
well, I noticed in your previous podcast with Matt Wilson that there was a connection there, and I can say that his sidekick, Andy Richter, has been a dear friend and client for me. And
keep going. Come
well,
on.
I
Just
can't,
get
you know,
me closer.
let me, dear friend. No, he hasn't helped me out or anything, but he has gifted me things as a person.
Like
you
in
know?
person or like Venmo? What are we talking about?
He's a digital friend.
This
Is he a Facebook friend or a
Okay,
friend? I want to know the difference.
No. I did a songwriting camp in his house for a week, and wonderful people. And I might be over there, and I'm skinny, so they probably think I'm always looking hungry, so they would send me home food. So that's a good friend thing to do. Or Andy would come in, and he would get gifts given to him, and he would be embarrassed about it. And he would walk around the house and say, "This is the embarrassment of the riches. Todd, do you want this Fender shirt?" And he'd throw it to me. Or the family once said, "You know, this TV we're not going to use anymore. Do you want it?" Sure. They've been really good to me.
It's like trick or treating.
But
fancy trick or treating.
Upgraded. Yeah. Anyways, I don't have a direct.
So, so
Conan
Conan
thing.
was never like gliding in the background.
No.
Just like hovering in Andy's house. That's how I picture it. This
No,
is
but
tall, awkward, very white, but red-haired person just hovering through Andy's house.
I take exception to that.
You should. I'm sorry. Nobody knows you're really a redhead, do
That's
they?
true.
Take
Sort
your
of
hat
right.
off, son.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on. So that's the connection. So we're going to make a board now. We decided because a lot of our episodes focus around meeting Conan. So we're going to have this degrees of separation board that we're going to start every week. So you just got us, you jumped us because Matt Wilson went to school with him at Stanford. Stanford? No.
Harvard.
Thank you. So we were really close there. But Conan knew him. He didn't know Conan. But now you know Andy. Andy knows you. Conan doesn't know you. It's a little bit closer. I can feel it.
And stuff like this is how it happens.
What's that?
Well, we tend to have a thing. We'll talk about something, and then it'll happen.
Oh, yes.
So we experienced
right.
that, and we've had some stories like that, like Brett.
Yeah. Well, my initiation to Hollywood, actually. This is no joke. First Hollywood party I'd ever been to. Todd moved there in '99. I come out 10 days after I arrived back in the States after my season ended in Europe. And he's like, yeah, there's kind of a quasi-birthday celebration going on. It's going to be a great time, blah, blah, blah. I walk in. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was your birthday. But it's also somebody else's birthday. So it wasn't technically his birthday party. It was just a party in the Hollywood
Are you keeping the
Hills.
name of the person's birthday confidential?
No, I don't remember it. It's irrelevant.
You're being
That's
really
relevant.
weird about that.
Yeah, no. What is relevant, however, is that earlier that day we were walking around Lake Hollywood, and, you know, things just pop in your head, right? And all of a sudden, Leif Garrett popped in mine. The first teen idol, right? Leif Garrett.
Yes.
I hadn't thought about the guy forever, and I'm like, yeah, what is that guy doing these days? Well, about 9 hours later, I'm in the kitchen at this home off of Mulholland, and these two guys are seemingly having the time of their life, right? Mixing drinks, having a great time. I was like, hey, you guys getting messed up tonight or what? They're like, yeah, man, party's on. Todd comes up to me a few minutes later. He's like, you're not going to believe who's here tonight. And I said, who? And he's like, Leif Garrett. I said, no way, dude.
Leif was
And he's-
DJing.
And he's like, yeah, and he's got like a purple bandana on. I was like, no way. That's the dude I was talking to in the kitchen.
Did Leif actually have pop songs? I mean, was he? I mean,
think
can
back
we-
in the day
Can
he
we
did.
name a Leif Garrett song right now? I don't think so. But he was on every Teen Mag. I'll tell you,
Didn't
every
matter.
Teen Mag.
Didn't
Yeah, he was the teen idol, but I can't name
Especially
it.
with that
any-
blue headband. I can actually see it in my head. Hey, can you see it? You're too young.
I can see it. I can see it.
So I mean, we've got an intercontinental traveler, and I can tell by the way that you speak, you're really intercontinental. And then we have a musician out of LA, so you're a little bit dumbed down a little bit, and you're just kind of up there on stage. Where do we start? I mean, we've got we could go through the travels, all the countries that you've been at, Brett. But I have a question for you, Todd, because you had an album, Road to Hana. And that was with your band Lift, correct?
Yes. Yes, Road to Hana was the first record that the Lift did. We did
Okay.
a couple.
So, did you work with Steve Perry? in
Yes.
Journey, or did he just inspire that record?
No,
'Cause for this podcast, which is all based on nerdity, it's about how many famous people do either of you know. So, I mean, your accomplishments and talents are great for one part of this. The other part is just, let's say it's got down and dirty, because we already figured out the Conan connection, which is not much, but it got us closer. But go on with Steve Perry, please.
Okay, the deal with Steve Perry was this. Our drummer knew him because they were in a club
Does
together.
everybody know who Steve Perry is? Please. Journey? Okay. And now he's just kind of weird and he's out there in the mountain. Okay, go on.
So our drummer was acquainted, they were acquainted with each other because they were part of the same club. We'll just say that. And there was always the threat that Steve was going to come down. Twice we were told he was going to come down. Both times I'm like psyched and telling friends, and no, he doesn't show up. So that third time I didn't tell a soul, and he showed up. So Steve came down there and admitted to us, he's like, hey, I came down here, I would like to see you guys play
In my
like
Volvo. Specifically.
a verse and a chorus of some songs here. And after we did a couple of that, he said, F it, I want to hear everything. He heard our singer hit a high B note, which then Steve said, I can't even hit that note. And our guy could hit some really high notes. So he said, I'm going to come and help you guys record this album. And I'm going to take you to the people that I know. So he came down, hit play record. He's naturally a drummer, by the way, so there were moments where I'm a bassist and he's a drummer, and we're the rhythm section, and then we're singing harmony parts, working on background harmony
natural
parts.
drummer.
So, what's that?
Steve Perry is a
Steve
natural
Perry
drummer?
is a drummer.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Did you know
I
that?
knew that. Where you been?
I'm sorry, I missed that point. I missed the cliff notes on Steve Perry. But go on, please.
Oh, and he told us some great stories about when Van Halen opened up for those guys and would blow them off the stage. And so Steve came up with this idea to try to increase the volume.
Turned up to 11.
Yeah, and to have them low. But after Van Halen figured that out, then they came back, I think, with twice as many amps the next day. So anyways, he's very entertaining, very supportive. He almost got us a deal at Capitol Records. So back when I moved to LA in '99, I immediately hopped into a few different bands, but one was my main band. And originally it's called Doctor, which I'd come across the Doctor twins, Matt and Jason Doctor, had the same booking agent, Mike Bunting, who you know. And those guys had a band called Suede Chain, loved them. My old band Wood from Minneapolis, toured with them. But they broke up, and those two guys moved to L.A., and John Fields, who's a producer and a music composer, Michael Wanmacher, suggested that I should move to L.A. And thought I would get a gig right away, and I did. Bam, bam, bam. So it was crazy busy.
That's crazy. That just
Right away, the first month.
Good
was
for you,
nuts.
man. Yeah. That's awesome.
So no, Brett,
But just one thing. The crazy thing was I go to L.A. and then a bunch of Minneapolis.
More to say.
Okay, I'm
he's
sorry.
going to say something. Go,
Just
go,
this,
go.
but there were Minneapolis people coming to my shows in the first gigs, and they were some of my influences, and so it was a magical little ride from
Yeah.
the beginning.
So like, who? Some of the
Yeah,
influences?
tell me who's coming from
Well,
Minneapolis.
the Gear Daddies, Martin and Nick.
We have Martin here in October. Bam, are you coming back?
That's great.
No, are you coming back? Are you going to come back to watch Martin here?
I'll I'll watch.
God, I put you pressure on you. You just said yes or no, Todd. Okay, move on. Okay, who else came and saw you?
We won't hold you to it, I
Jesus,
promise.
just shut him down. Did you see that? God, I can't believe I have to travel again all the way to fucking Fargo Moorhead. But go on.
Oh gosh, where were we?
Influences.
Minneapolis
influence.
influence.
So the
coming to
influences.
LA.
Oh yeah,
Wilson,
and then
like you said
Did you say Matt
when I
Wilson?
moved to LA, a guy
Trip
that
Shakespeare, I think you mentioned somewhere in the Matt Wilson.
well, yeah. So John Munson did come out to see one of my early shows out there and one of my bands I was playing in.
Cool.
But and he helped me indirectly get my first apartment in LA because an amazing singer named Barbara Cohen from Minneapolis had moved to LA a couple years beforehand, and she happened to have a room above her. So John Munson heard about that, told Kristen Mooney, who is another singer from Minneapolis, and we were possil cues. People of opposite sex sharing the same living quarters, because we were not in a relationship. But possil cues was used a lot then, so if we can bring back possil cues, I think our future's going to be good. Maybe there's a lot of
Yeah.
possil cues these days.
On that
Anyways,
note, I agree with you, Todd.
Do you play anything, any instruments, and do you play basketball ever?
Oh, Brett?
I don't play any instruments. No.
So I want to talk about the traveling. And so, Brett, give us. I know we don't have a lot of time here because, Todd, you're going to play an acoustic show for us here when we're done with the podcast. But, Brett, I mean, I've always known you from afar, obviously Todd's brother, seen what you've done. I mean, you went down to Eden Prairie. Tell me about, sir, how did you get recruited to come back to MSUM? And that's where the whole friggin' shit blew
No,
up?
I wasn't recruited at all. Walked on. Sent out videotapes, actually, to a bunch of NAIA schools, Division
Okay,
II schools.
I'm going to ask a question. You walked on at multiple, or you walked on at just MSU?
I just walked on at Moorhead State
Why? Why did you come back here?
because Shell House was there.
Oh, it was Shell House.
Yeah, Shell House was a coach. You know, he played an up-tempo style of ball. I felt that suited what I could do out there. I
Took
knew
a gym class at MSU because I had to as a requirement, and he was our teacher. He did not give a shit about being at that class. And it was the best class I had ever taken in my life because we were just playing pickup ball. And he could have cared less whether you were running up and down the court. I was like, that man's priorities are correct. 'Cause he was
the
coaching-
class was basketball, right?
Yeah, it was great. We're
Yeah,
just
he
like-
gave me a C. No, I'm kidding.
Shell House, you wanted to play for Shell House. You came
Yeah, I
out.
wanted to play for Shell House. You know, knew who he was, knew that his team scored a lot of points, knew that they played a fun style of ball, wanted to be part of it. Had to deal with some challenges, shall we say, early on in my career. He didn't really play as a freshman. Wanted a red shirt, but we had a lot of injuries at the guard position, so I played. And there was one game where I went in, and right before I got put in,
Brother heckling brother on stage. Oh, we're going to have to hear this story again. Go ahead and tell it.
well, I mean, I hesitate to share the full story because of some of the language that was used.
Have you seen our podcast?
Have you met him?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I grew up with a sugar beet
Well-
farmer dad. He was quite blue. It's fine.
Let's just say that I screwed up once before, he put me in the game, and I literally screwed up within a second. It's kind of hard to do, but I didn't get back on defense, and my guy laid it in. I fouled him, and I was out of the game before I knew it, And as I approached the bench, I saw this strong field of vision sort of penetrating me, and it was Shell House, and you remember Coach Shell House, right?
Yeah, very intimidating in my pickup ball.
I mean, he could look ferocious if he wanted to.
He
right?
looked mad 99% of the time.
Yeah, and he had that sort of look on his face. And as he came back to the bench, and he said, if you're going to fuck up, you might as well do it on the bench, right? So
That's a great quote, though.
It is.
If you're going to fuck up, just sit down.
Yeah. And so fast forward a couple weeks later, I don't think my number is going to get called anymore. I thought I blew my opportunity, right? He calls me over, and he's like, now, Beeson, if I put you in, are you going to fuck up or what? And I'm like, well, I want to play, right? I mean, I really want to play. So I look at him, I'm like, no. And I think
The only
that's,
real
I think that's
answer you
the
can
end of
give,
it, right?
right.
So I start walking towards the scorer's table, and he stops me. He's like, "Are you sure?"
That's great.
And I'm like, well, at this point, I'm not too sure, but I still really want to play, right? So I'm like, yeah, coach, I'm sure. Well, he wasn't convinced. I guess I convinced him, right? So he puts me
last
in.
time you were in for a second.
I could have easily blocked this guy's shot, right? I could have easily done it, and I'm just petrified, so I don't do anything, right? We go back to the team room. Dan Gilton, great teammate, asked me, Beast, what the hell? Why didn't you come over and block his shot? I was like, did you hear what Coach said to me before he put me in? He's like, well, no, of course not. I said, Dan, I just wasn't trying to fuck up, man. That's all I was trying to do, not fuck up.
Wanted to play tomorrow.
He's like, oh, yeah, I know what you mean. And, he knew, right? He knew, what I was dealing with, so... Yeah, those are two stories from my freshman year.
That's yes.
What is it? Never.
The
what?
lesson here is never try.
And we're done. Okay, you get through that emotional turmoil of Shell House. So you go on, and so you played till 96.
Yeah, redshirted my sophomore year.
Yeah. How'd you get away with playing 10 years at MSU?
I had a physical education non-teaching degree.
But you were done. Yeah.
They actually just let me. I was going to take classes until they told me I had to leave.
Right.
Actually, I just had those NCAA eligibility requirements that I had to.
There's a movie and a
That was it,
screenplay
yeah,
being made about
yeah.
you right now.
Yeah.
So you're 96. You were done, right?
96, I was done. Yeah. I
So-
mean, I did redshirt my sophomore year. Then my junior year, I came off the bench. Well, sophomore redshirt year, technically eligibility wise.
So when did you blow up? Was it that first
Yeah,
year?
my fourth year. My junior year eligibility
That's
wise.
when it's
I
really
was fifth in the
picked up.
nation in scoring, 26 and a half a game. And then I came back my senior year. I led the nation in
So
scoring.
do you pretty much tell people that like every weekend? You figure? It's like, do you know who I am? Does that come out? Hey, I know you're in Thailand or something. Yeah, you know what, man?
Yeah,
Kinda blew
it's
up.
never fucking worked for me, man.
Bullshit.
No, I've tried it enough to know. Nowhere.
Oh God, that's so. Okay, what happened? So yeah, you're okay. I mean, tell me about a little bit. I mean, you're blowing up the records and everything while you're at MSU.
Yeah,
Anyway,
well,
I mean,
no,
what's the
yeah.
family saying? Todd, what are you thinking? I mean, it was insane, really, what you were doing.
Yeah, I mean, it all became real. I remember the day. It was January 24th, 1996. It was a Wednesday. We were playing Wayne State that day. But I would go over to Nemzik just to shoot around on my own, like noon or whatever, get some shots up, get ready for the game. And the assistant coach at the time, his name escapes me, retired Army guy, young, 38, whatever, just got out, working for Shell House. And he's like, hey, the Portland Trailblazers called me today. They're interested in you. They're going to come watch you play. He didn't say when or where, but he just said they're going to come watch you. So at that point, I knew the possibility of playing professionally was actually legitimate. It was an option for me. And that's all I ever wanted to do ever since I was a little boy. So that's why I'm writing a book about it now. And I've dedicated like the last 39 months to working on this book off and on. I haven't been writing the whole time because I didn't know how I wanted to present it. So I kind of figured out that after.
If you sell that through our website, we'll give you a cut.
You'll give me what?
A cut.
A cut. We'll talk about that later. You're on record for saying that you're going to give
I
me
will
a
give
cut.
you a cut of all of the sales that we make.
Yeah,
Because you're the author. But we're there for you.
Well, if you can get my name to mean something, then we're going to go places
Your
together.
name has never meant more to me than it does right now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Let's keep that energy going, man. I like where this is headed.
Yeah. 90-10. But keep going.
Yeah, so, nothing ever happened at the NBA level. I was told that 6 NBA
So,
teams
okay,
contacted
don't brush
the
over
school.
that. I mean, how many scouts actually came and saw you?
Oh, I have
Did you
no
do
idea.
tryouts at any pro
No,
team?
nothing. At that time, it was much different. There was really only the Portsmouth Invitational, and you actually had to be invited. And me coming from a Division II school, you had to get like 3 guys writing letters for you. And, I didn't.
Yeah, it isn't like
nobody,
basketball.
Nobody had ever come out of Morehead State and gone on to play professionally. So that nobody knew what to do, and including myself, obviously.
Right.
So it was just a matter of trying to deal with agents that, I had no idea how to deal with. And
Know what to do, meaning like the pre-work or getting people to notice. Is that
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Okay,
the exposure.
okay.
That's
Yeah.
what I was lacking because I was
Isn't it
never
like
played
basketball-
on TV. Nobody knew. Yeah, it was Division II basketball in 1996.
Is that like there's a
Nobody knew who I was
combine?
outside of this
No
area.
combine for basketball. Just go and show your talents like they do for football at all.
Well, now it's a completely different world, right? People put their stuff on YouTube, and
Yeah.
anybody can see you, and blah blah blah. It opens up more doors than I could. Back then.
Can you still dribble? I mean, we could put you on YouTube now. Can you shoot?
Yeah, I can. I don't do it very often. I lost the cartilage in my knee. That's what ended my career.
Overrated. I mean, we can rebuild you. It'll be fine.
We have the technology.
We have the technology. We can rebuild you. Okay, so that shit. Okay, so pro basketball NBA floats out of your brain. So who floats over to you now internationally? Who's the first one that comes? What country comes calling?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Is it what country comes calling first, or did you have multiple offers to go?
Oh no,
internationally?
well, initially I went to Israel.
Israel. Yeah, I saw that. Was that
I
your
was in
first
Israel.
one?
I was in Israel for a week. I got jaundice.
So was that your first one that you went to? Israel?
Israel. Yeah, I was in Haifa, but yeah, it didn't last long.
How did the family feel about Israel? Was it war torn like it is now?
Well, it was 97. I mean, there was bombings and stuff happening. I mean,
there's
not
always
to the extent
fighting, right?
it is now, but there were things happening then. Yeah, my mom was not. She was like anywhere else, really.
So you go from Israel. What's your next step?
Well, because I got sick, they sent me home, so I never really did much there. I played a couple preseason games, but then I was in the States for 3 weeks, hoping that another job opportunity would come up. One came up in Sweden, Näsjö, Sweden, southern Sweden, and a day later, another job came up in Brest, France, the northwestern corner of France. The money was higher in Sweden. The lifestyle would have been easier and better because people speak English there, but I opted for France because the level of basketball was going to be better. And if I went to Scandinavia, there was a decent chance I could have just got stuck there, and that's not a good place to be if you want to make money playing basketball. The rule kind of is the farther south you are in Europe, the better off you are.
Yeah, it's
like
common
Spain,
knowledge.
Italy, Greece, Turkey.
So in the international leagues like that, is it a lot of teams within, like in
The
Sweden,
domestic league, yeah. I mean, there's some teams like my second season in Switzerland. I also played in the Korach Cup, which is a European league.
Okay.
So we also played teams from Luxembourg, Italy, Hungary, things of that nature. But yeah, mostly it was just me playing in the domestic league. It was very rare that I played in a European
What country
league.
had the hardest teams?
Oh, Spain was by far the best basketball.
Really?
Yeah, strong tradition there, long tradition there. It's the second most popular sport in the country, whereas like Switzerland, it doesn't even register. I remember playing in Geneva and counting, literally during pregame warmups, I counted 48 people in the stands.
That's what we get about 48 here.
Your vision isn't very good, is it?
Well, the lights are down.
Oh, and you have glasses on.
I know. It's like from all the lights are so shiny up here.
Well, maybe
This is
they're
why you
blinding
flunked,
us.
badminton. You couldn't see it.
I couldn't see the square. No wonder I got a D in badminton. Anyway, Spain. So I mean, you had enough time to go see the sights and everything.
Oh,
too,
yeah.
right? So what? I mean, so you travel. Okay, you're in France, you're in Switzerland, you're in Israel, and Spain. I mean, what was Spain your favorite joint?
Yeah, to play and live because of the quality of the basketball.
Yeah.
Again, I mean, this was also the latest stage in my career. Right? My last 5 years I played there. So, from 20 to 30 to 36 is when I was in Spain. Had I gotten to Spain earlier, I would have never left because of
sure.
I mean, Switzerland and Israel, it was like playing at Morehead State. I averaged 30 a game. I had no business really playing in those leagues, but I was there.
Would you say you averaged 30 points?
Yeah, just under 29 in both Israel
Yeah.
and Switzerland.
But, I mean, come on.
Spain, I couldn't.
Were you like
Spain,
a-
I was lucky to get 20 a game.
Were you like a rock star in Switzerland?
Nobody knew who I
what's the
was.
language?
I could
How
walk
do you
in
speak like a
anonymity.
Swiss? What's a Swiss dialect? Give me a Swiss dialect.
Would you like some chocolate milk?
God, is that the Brett the Beeson? The Brett the Beeson got another 30 points here tonight.
Oh,
Would
I
they
have
say
a
that?
block of cheese.
Hey, would you like some cheese?
I
You
have
get
no
the 30
idea.
points. Is that how? And then you just met the ladies in Switzerland too, I suppose.
Well, they were more open than the French and more open than the Spanish.
Yeah, were the French just rude? Like, c'est bon, Beeson, you just got more than 30 points? Were they like that? Kind of
They
snooty?
actually didn't. They didn't like me in France because I think I scored maybe too much for them.
Oh, you
They
scored
have
too
a-
much.
They have a collective sort of
Working too hard.
an idea of more collectiveness rather than individuals shining. And I'm like, hey, I just want to win the game. You
Yeah.
know? That's all I'm doing is trying
What do
to
you mean,
win
like
the game.
share the ball type of mentality?
Well, just, I mean, yeah.
Shellhouse didn't want you to
Yeah.
share the ball, shoot it, and don't fuck up.
Well, I mean, that's the school I learned at Morehead State, right? You can shoot it as many times as you want, basically, is what I was told here. And then I went there, and they weren't really too keen on that.
Well, so that's an interesting point. What's the coaching like then, internationally?
I struggled with it in France. My first coach, he was just as prone to smoke a cigarette or have a drink at practice than bark out any instructions. So I had to navigate that, and his son was on the team, and his son clearly did not like me at all. I mean, I wrote about all this in the book, so I don't really want to go into too much depth because.
Which will be on the Full Frontal Nerdity website. What date? Well, when will we be selling this?
And apparently, I'm going to get a cut.
You'll get a cut. Is this your first podcast?
It is.
Well,
So this will always be my first podcast,
Exactly.
and there's something to be said for that, man.
Yes, it will be.
Yeah,
We've
like
had a
commission.
lot of firsts on this, and people that actually kind of matter.
So did you get to go see him play very often?
Every time I saw him play in Europe, he lost.
So the jinx.
And he kept coming.
Thanks for visiting, Todd.
It was just so unfortunate. It was crazy. And it'd always be like I would go to the same arenas, no matter where he was. He just happened to be in the same arenas. I did see him when he was in the Paris area a couple times, in '99 and 2002. And then when he was in Barcelona in '06 and '09. And it's great to watch him do his thing, but it's a different league over there.
Yeah.
So did he have fans? Did you notice?
Oh yeah. They do. They do like soccer chants in the stands.
Score every time. That's a lot of
They're
scoring.
doing all that ole, 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 ole.
In
yeah.
basketball?
Yeah.
Well, they're doing that here now too. Like during some of the finals games.
During the Knicks?
There was Olay going on. Like,
No, they just happen to be over here because of the World Cup, though. That's just wrong.
No, they're super fans there, and they. When my family, my mom, dad, and brother and I were there for one of them, they took. We were in the paper. They took pictures of us.
Where? Where was that?
Because we were his family.
Yeah, in Spain. In Spain, they had.
You
they
made
were-
the paper
they
in
were-
Spain? That's
You made the
something,
paper in Spain.
Todd. There you go. Steve Perry and the paper in Spain.
I like that.
Fucking awesome.
Thank you.
That's great. And thank you, brother. That's awesome.
So yeah, I did 4 times over there, but I did not see him in Switzerland or Israel or Thailand.
In every game, he lost.
Every game.
Would he have like a season low because you were there too, scoring? Just like because he was trying to impress you so bad. Is that what you felt, Brett? You're trying to impress your family, and Todd.
He was playing against better teams. There was one team, they had these 2 guys, and there's no way that his big guys could match up against him.
So what's the most points you scored in a game, and in what country?
It was in Israel. It was February 10th, 2004.
Jeez, this is in the book.
It is. Yeah, of course it is. I mean, you just asked me the most points I scored in a game. I'm writing a book about basketball. Should that not be in the book?
you remember that stuff.
I'm
Dan.
actually confirming that it
Oh,
should
okay,
be in
all
your
right,
book.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I mistook your tone.
You missed my tone.
Yeah, I
Yes,
did.
exactly.
That's my-
How is it in
confusing
your
tone.
book? That's very reassuring tone, Brett.
You're not the first, Brett.
What's that?
He's not the first to confuse your tone.
Oh no, this is really enjoyable.
It was. I knew it was
wish we
going
had more
to. Actually,
time.
this is a pretty cool story. Actually, I will tell this story because in pregame warmups there was a ref that came out.
Can I judge this story when it's
Yeah,
over?
you can. Please scale of 1 to 10.
All right.
You give me the grade. Okay, so this ref walks out, and I know he's going to try to make my life hell because a few weeks prior he called me a technical for saying that's not a foul. He literally gave me a technical for. I mean, I didn't yell. I just said that's not a foul, and bam, and I'm like, okay.
Was he a short
so
guy?
I actually allowed that to gather my focus. Right? I'm like, okay, this guy's going to screw me. I just got to block it out, and I had let's say a contentious relationship with most referees over the course of my career. I didn't agree with a lot of the things that they thought they saw. So I would make a point to tell them what I thought. It never changed their opinion, of course, but I'd try. Right?
Why do I feel like?
But this time I didn't even try because I knew that it wasn't going to matter what I did.
I feel like international refs would kind of be like that. The kind of.
the
not-
one thing
not
I will
as,
give credit to the NBA refs, well, they will actually at least converse with players.
Yeah.
These guys overseas, they did not want to hear a word out of my mouth.
Wow.
And I took offense to that because we're out there together. We're trying to give the fans the best product possible. It's like why wouldn't you take my feedback if I'm willing to offer it?
Is it all players, or mostly was it because you're American? Was it- or was it-
No. I mean, it's just everybody behaves in their own way, right? Okay. I mean, I mean, certainly in Israel, I was restricted. I had to speak to them in English because I never really learned Hebrew. But in Spain and France, I could speak to them in their local language, right? And that kind of alters the dynamic a little bit because they don't really deal with a lot of foreigners that can speak their language. So I think that maybe helps actually if I'm trying to,
So the ref is being a dick.
Well, I know he's going to be one. So I block it out. I'm like, okay, he's not going to affect me. And then I'm feeling really great. I mean, for whatever reason, I'm feeling great and warm. It's my teammate Ronan, who's like, oh, you got an extra hop in your step tonight. You might get 30. And I'm thinking, well, that's what I average. That's I said, you know what? I said, I think I'm going to get 50.
That's a low night.
I think I'm going to get
Yes.
50. And I had never said that before. Never before a game did I said, I think I'm going to get 50 tonight, And the game actually went into, I had 41 with like 13 minutes left. I mean, I went off in the first half, had like 24, scored 17 in like the first 7 minutes of the second half.
It's a different dynamic of basketball back then. Are you mostly in the paint? Are you shooting threes? What are we doing here?
Everything.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm a slasher by nature, but I'm hitting it from everywhere
Great.
on this night, and just not really missing at all. But then they then the Hadera, the team we're playing, they decide that maybe they should probably get the ball out of my hands. So they started sending 2-3 guys at me, right? So my scoring tapered off, and the game actually went into overtime. We won by 4, I think it was, and I had 56 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 steals. And I credit it to just the commitment that I made of staying focused on what I was doing and not letting that asshole official dictate how I behaved, and it really worked that night. It's too bad I didn't tap into that sort of thing like the other 300 or 400 nights I played games. But
Do you think we can get a copy of the book to that guy?
what's that?
To that one ref? Can we get a copy of the book to him? I want you to call him out by name.
Might be kind of hard to track down. I can see what I can do.
Wait, I think we got to find him.
We'll get our people on it. Sam,
Yeah.
get on it.
And I take it, Todd, that's one of the games you weren't in attendance at because he did so well.
I'm sorry, I'm deaf over here.
You weren't in attendance at that game.
No, I was.
Thank God you weren't there because he had.
Then
a
it
great
would have been
night.
shit.
Yeah,
Well, no, I wouldn't have been. We would have lost. But
yeah.
Okay, that's
I mean, we
true.
made a story for the book. I think that's great. So, okay, when's the book coming out though? When can
Well,
we expect it? Christmas?
Do you know any editors? Do you know any people? Are you connected to the industry at all?
Yeah. Talk about all that stuff you do with the books and stuff and the writing.
I have no idea what you're
Oh,
talking
okay,
about.
damn. I thought you would just roll with it.
No,
you
but I
just-
actually do know a couple people that have published.
Okay.
it.
Well, I mean, the question comes down to me because I've been working on it for so long now. I don't, I have a couple more chapters to write, but I know what I'm doing now. I know how I want to present it. So the question really becomes, can I make it any better at this stage? And I don't think I can, but I don't really have any contacts in that industry. So I'm open to sending it off to the publishing houses, getting feedback, whoever. Whatever pro can make it better, I'm all for that. But if I can't find that person, then I'll probably just publish it myself and go from there. I'm not averse to that either.
This is a call for editors. We're going to put it out there.
Yeah.
We do know some people that we
Okay,
might be able to
great.
help you
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Some writers out and editors that have actually helped ghostwrite or support people out of the Minneapolis market. Yeah, we can definitely help you. We're in marketing, for gracious sakes.
Cool.
And then that's when it'll be selling on our website, and we'll give you a cut.
Great,
It'll be a great deal.
great.
It'll be great. It'll be great. It'll be wonderful.
So when did you retire? Not to keep.
2009. So I played from 97 to 2009. Knee injury, lost all the cartilage in my knee.
And now you're like in financial.
No, I was in finance for over a decade, and that took me to Thailand because that was the best time zone for me to work from.
So you came back. Now, how long have you been in Thailand? 10 years?
I was in Thailand for 10 years, yeah.
And now you're back.
I'm back, yeah. I'm back in the States. Yeah, I'm in Colorado, just outside of Denver with my parents, trying to help them navigate, their health issues and be there for them. And, where I go from there, it really ultimately depends on the marketing that you do for my book.
It's insane how good we are collectively.
It is.
It's really crazy.
I can feel the energy,
Yeah.
man.
We can get tens of views within tens of weeks. It's going to be great. What do you think? What's our ROI on that? It'll be high. A couple books. Yeah. So, are you retired?
No, I'm writing a book.
But you're not.
I can't believe you didn't pick up on that.
How long has he been writing a book? So you're not in a paying gig, a salary gig, or anything. You're not working for anybody right now.
Technically,
You're retired. Okay.
Is that what
But you could go back. Once the book's done, you might go back.
Do you want me to say it?
What?
Do you want me to say that I'm unemployed? By choice.
This is
By choice, Dan.
This is the place where we bring out our feelings and we cry a little bit. And
Two
that's
things.
why we're
Dan
here.
wants to know if you know Conan O'Brien and what your employment status is.
Okay.
Every episode. That's all.
I'm hiring. No, that's fine. But thank you. Now back to Todd.
No, but I do have some questions for Todd too. But
thank God you
writing,
do.
writing for
Right.
film and TV. It sounds like what I always find those things really interesting. It's like album things like that. That's great. But like some of that other stuff, I think is just really fascinating. What have you done with that?
I've had some opportunities where I've written music specifically for something like a film or a commercial. Not many. It's not how I make a living, but I've done everything musically in every sort of category to try to make a living, to put it together. But or I've had some songs from my old band get put in television shows.
Yeah, how is that? That's got to be kind of a trip. seeing
That's great.
Stuff show up on a show.
There was an opportunity because I knew John Wells, and he was the executive producer for West Wing. And I asked him if I could talk to his music supervisor, and he put me in contact, and I went and met her at Warner Brothers lot. And she said, you know what? There's an episode coming up where we're going to need a music video. So if you have some music video, why don't you just drop it off? So I did, and they found a spot for it. And so,
Wait, you had a music video?
So there was a music video from my band, The Lift, that was in an episode of ER.
Oh, I thought it was just the music was in ER, but the actual video.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the
I don't
music
find
in
it. I
it,
was
in
just-
the
I read
background.
that
They were
earlier.
watching. There was a scary scene, and they were watching us.
Wow. Did you have a shirt
That
on?
would be scary.
Were you like
So-
shirtless and like with a necklace and just hair?
Yeah, no, the footage was from a live performance from our loft space that we had recorded.
So is that George Clooney is watching you on the screen? Is it a George Clooney episode? Because that's kind of cool. That's almost as
I don't know
'cause
if he
knows,
was in-
He knows Conan.
I used to see George out every now and then at one club.
Did you?
There was crazy. I can say one time.
Are you talking about like George Clooney in the Roseanne days or in the ER?
No, I'm talking
days?
George Clooney, and this was like, okay, I can tell you specifically. There was one night, it was 2002, I was just freshly getting out of a relationship, and I went into a bar, and I saw a girl that I knew, that I'd wanted to know better,
Subtle.
and I was like, oh my God, you're right here, and I talked to her, and this is the weird day for me. Then all of a sudden, some other girl walked a lap around me, and like, I didn't have the days where these moments where there was a magnet on me, but there was a magnet on me that night. And some other girl wanted to know me, and I ended up talking to that girl. I didn't get a chance to talk to that girl, and ended up going out with that girl. And then I looked over, George Clooney's right there. It's like, this seems like a movie. Okay, I dated that
fever
girl
dream.
for a couple times.
He's hammered. This isn't happening.
It was a homeless guy, and like he wandered in. Yeah, it's like, there's a show Clooney over there.
It was Randy Quaid.
No, but
That's wild.
What happened was I dated this girl for a little bit, and she's a little bit older than me, and I just wasn't. It wasn't going to be going anywhere. It was also kind of I kind of Seinfelded her too. She had this huge cat, and I couldn't deal with it. I walked in there, and it gave me pretty nasty, scratchy eyes. But
What are you?
it was the relationship wasn't going to work. But
the
anyways,
hat was
I
going to
started
scratch your eyes?
focusing. But I started focusing on the other girl, the first girl that I met that I didn't complete the deal with that night,
That wouldn't scratch your eyes out.
and the one that didn't have the cat, and I only knew that she was from Philadelphia. And then mysteriously, while I was thinking about her, I saw her in pictures of her actually being at a party of ours I didn't even know, and with a friend of mine. So then I said, well, next time I see Tom, I got to ask about this girl. And boom, next thing you know, we did get our date together. And we went back to the same bar, and this is like 2 months later, and we're in there, and I'm now with her going up to the bar, and that same girl walked around the bar, and there was George Clooney again. It felt like the same
Do you
night
guys ever
extended.
feel like you're like living in a simulation
Todd.
or something?
Yes,
or the Matrix,
yes,
or,
the simulation thing.
Todd, that was a
Yes.
cardboard cutout of Clooney just sitting
It was
in
an
the bar.
ad for his tequila in the
God,
corner
he's
of
there
the bar.
again. There he is.
There's a simulation story here. Okay, I got some good ones here. Can I bring up which one? The Boston one.
Whatever, I'm working on my book.
Okay, so this is between Brett and I. In 2000,
Wait, did you just say this is just between Brett and
no,
I?
what? And I
you're
think
gonna
that
tell us
happened
now?
between
Okay,
Brett and I.
okay, gotcha.
In 2009, he was wrapping up in Barcelona. We were Skyping, and for whatever reason during that time, we said, "Hey, let's pull up KQRS 92 and hear what they're playing because this technology, we're Skyping each other. We haven't listened to it for a while, and let's guess what the next song is."
Boston. That's what I always say when I'm guessing a KQ song, because that's what they played a lot.
I say Asia.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, "Yeah, what Boston?" And you said, "Well, it's that song that starts out with the keyboards, and then it goes in blah blah blah." Well, and I said, "Well, they get the Zepp out quite a lot, so I think I said Led Zeppelin, Over the Hills and Far Away." And coming out of that commercial, the keyboard entry for Boston happens. He nailed it, bam, which was crazy. But check this out now.
What does this have to do with Clooney?
Matrix.
I don't think
I'm
I don't
missing.
even think the story that was about Clooney ended up being about Clooney. It became a dating thing.
No,
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Clooney
I'm
was
trying
a back.
to keep up.
No,
I'm trying to
the
keep
story
up.
about Clooney is Clooney's a background actor in my life.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
He's the background to you and not the other way around.
Yeah, I'm picking up girls while he's just milling around. He's a background.
Looking all Clooney.
Okay, but what happens in 2011, I'm road tripping back to Minneapolis. I'm in Northfield, and I'm in broadcasting range, and my brother, this time, he's back in L.A., and I call him up and said, "Okay, man, we're doing it again."
So intense, man.
So, yes. What?
Pick the same song.
Boston.
And I said, "No way. It's going to be Led Zeppelin, Jamaica." They come out of the fucking commercial. The keyboards start. The hair on my ends and arms, they go, "Ah!" I screamed, windows down, music as loud as possible. 2 for 2.
That you're in a simulation. This guy. That's the only.
That's a Matrix moment.
How about this? Speaking of celebrities,
What? Are we
Netflix-
speaking of celebrities?
Netflix is making a biopic of you guys. Who plays you?
That's a hell of a setup, Fish.
Wow. I didn't anticipate that one coming. Me?
You're playing
playing
yourself.
myself.
That's right. Yeah, you're out of work right now, so yeah, of course.
That's
you're playing
not a
yourself.
Pretty
fucking
familiar with the
answer.
story. I think
You
I
need
can
a
make
gig.
it believe
Well,
it.
I'm going to play me because I'm a pretty big deal. I played international basketball. I'm a pretty big star. Pick a fucking celebrity that would play.
Young you. How about
Exactly.
younger you?
He looks pretty young. He kept.
Oh, well, I guess we have AI and stuff.
I don't
We
know.
can
that's
de-age
what it
them.
is?
Man, I've gotten a few different things over the course of.
Well, have you now?
Yeah, I mean,
doesn't
when
approve.
I'm in LA,
Well, the
I get
number
Luke
one way.
Walton all
Luke
the time.
Walton.
He was a basketball player, son of Bill Walton. And it kind of freaks me out when I actually see him on TV and see his profile because we have the same exact profile.
Is Bill Walton? Is it a rumor true that his ankles are actually fused, so he can't really sit?
I think his knees, his ankles, his hips. I think he had so many injuries. I mean,
Yeah.
he died not long ago.
I don't know if
right?
you know that rumor. He loves what we call Walt. He loves anyway, but he can't. He has to sit in a certain way because everything is just freaking fused on him.
Yeah. So anyway, I didn't really answer your question.
No,
'cause
I didn't.
Luke
I
Walton
went
wouldn't
down a
play me,
Walton
but that's
thing.
what and I also got Will Ferrell more often than other people. You see that?
Yeah, I can see a little bit.
What?
Yeah, yeah,
You agree with that?
yeah. All the dumb parts he plays, like in Step Brothers and everything. I see it.
Okay, so in the look or in the mannerisms or what do you see actually?
Right now, I see an angry Will Ferrell. I really want.
No, this is
I really
Will
want. I
trying
really
to
want a Ron
understand.
Burgundy, Will Ferrell to show up right now. Tell me about your books.
How about Todd? What are you playing? Or who's playing you?
Probably the guy that I got fired for. Way back in 2003 for a while, I was working in the CIA department at Alias in the background. And that was another crazy experience too because I used to,
Did you hear?
I
the
knew a
question?
few people that
Todd,
worked there.
Todd, did you hear the question? Who plays you?
He's getting to it.
Oh, it's
Yeah, I mean,
So-
he'll get there.
well, being that I literally got fired because Jennifer Garner was getting freaked out that I looked exactly like her ex-husband, who's Scott Foley. So, I was working there for like 6 months, and people on the production saying, "Well,
No,
you
you
really
did not
look
get
like
fired
Scott."
from a job because of Jennifer Garner, did you? I mean,
That's what he's claimed ever since that
I heard
happened.
it.
He's claimed that.
It's not
I think there's probably some
Not
truth
because
to
he
it.
was just shitty at the job. Jennifer Garner.
No, she said this guy needs to get off the set.
No.
He
woke
is
me
so
up.
good looking.
I
and
was
looks like
sleeping
my
in the
ex,
back.
I
They
want
woke
him
me up
out.
and said, "You got to leave."
Yeah.
And I assumed.
The Comedy Central guy called me and said, "Todd, I know that you're friends with this person, this person, this person. We all love you here, except for one person. I don't know if she's going through a hard time right now, but she had a hard time with that time when you passed her, and she felt like it just seemed too much like her ex-boyfriend, Scott Foley, her ex-husband." And, that also could have maybe been because the director who was directing that day wanted me to do a favor for her when I was working at an elementary school, and I said I couldn't do that.
Oh, I mean, the kid.
But
was
she
dumb.
said she would do me a Hollywood favor if I did her a solid, which was not going to be copacetic. So I'm kind of always wondering if there was a little tie-in with that. Anyways, who knows?
So the kid was stupid, and they wanted you to pass the kid? Is that what she was saying? You were teaching a kid that was stupid, and she wanted you to pass his kid?
No, it wasn't that. It was her kid did not get selected to be in the cabin with her friends.
Oh.
Which was done in a democratic process with me and another teacher.
You're a good
And
person, Todd.
and if we were to do that, then we would have subverted the will of everybody else. Right. And I said, I can't do anything about it. There's nothing I can do. I'm sorry.
Way to hold a moral high
But it
ground
made me
there,
feel
Todd.
like being in a really comfortable position.
Got it. All right, we got to kind of wrap this up. This has actually been awesome, and we do want you to get up on stage.
Yes.
Todd, you're going to give us a little bit of talent, but we have to have some closing questions. So if there's one lingering question that you might have for these guys, what might that be? Anything top of mind? Do you regret this podcast? Cannot be one of those. So go ahead.
No. This you guys have been fantastic.
Yeah,
This is
I could
awesome.
go on for another hour. We're gonna have
I
you
know.
back. Maybe we can do
I don't
part
wanna
2.
stop.
How often do you guys make it back here?
How often do you want us to?
When your book's out, Brett.
Well, I got to work on your
All
book,
right.
so
Yeah, I'll come back for that for sure.
That'd be freaking great.
Yeah, you can count on it.
no,
We'll
I,
do it.
think we should take a couple audience
yeah.
questions.
Yeah, I mean,
Any questions out there?
Yeah.
Okay, question right here. Here we
This
go.
is a new person to Moorhead.
So let's rewind to your early days at Moorhead State. One of the times you did not fuck up. I recall the Fargo Forum documenting a success against Concordia, and Coach Shellhouse was skeptical that you were deserving of that accolade. Can you delve into that story a little bit?
Yeah, I remember that vividly. So we played the Cobbers fairly early in the season. I hadn't been playing much due to my unfortunate decision on the court. But Coach called on me. It was toward the tail end of the game. We were having a very difficult time stopping their point guard. I don't remember his name, and he looked down at the bench, and it looked like he was going to look for somebody to substitute. And he said, "Hey, Beeson, can you stop that guy?" I was like, yeah, I can. He put me in. I played great defense. I failed to stop the guy. He made a prayer of a shot. But then the inbound pass comes, and it comes to me. And, as far as everybody knows in the field house, I had not played all game. I'd been sitting there all game. But what they didn't know is that I had played in a JV game prior to that. And I was like, 11 for 12 or 12 for 13 from the foul line in that game. So, I was pretty confident in myself, but we had been missing one free throw after another at that point. And I went to the line, and I made both of mine, and it got us right back on track, and then we ended up winning by like 6 or something like that. But that was it. That was my only contribution to the entire game, right? And the next day, in big, bold print on the Fargo Forum on the top right side, Beeson helps lift dragons over cobbers. I couldn't believe it, right? And I went and picked up a couple of newspapers that were on the stand right by Kesey Commons, and brought them into Kesey, and I'm like, look at this, laughing at it, and like hysterically, right? Because I didn't deserve it at all. And practice, coach, he always called us around in a huddle right before we started, and and he gave his spiel, and then out of nowhere, he's like, by the way, Beeson, does your dad own the fucking Form or what?
Legit question, though.
Legitimate, yeah.
But weren't you like the leading free throw maker in the...
I do have the NSIC record still, actually, yeah. 21 free throw makes in a game, 23 free throw attempts. That still stands from... That was actually my junior year, 1995 at Southwest State. I set that, and it's still there, man.
Yeah, you used to be somebody.
I used to be. It's better to be a has-been than a never was, baby.
Used to be
Work with
somebody.
Rudy Gobert a little bit and get him.
Jesus, no kidding. Yeah, he doesn't know who Rudy Gobert is. That's modern basketball. He lives. So, Todd, any comments at the end of this?
It's been a great time, guys.
Yeah.
This has been
Thank
really
you.
fun.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have questions though? I don't mean to overpower the audience. This is great. Yeah, Brad. I mean, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next time I'll be here again. Just let me know. I'll let you know when the book's done. Then we can market it together.
We're all over that.
I mean,
shit.
we've got some serious conversations to have, right?
100%.
The commission,
Why am
figure
I
things
scared
out.
all of a sudden? Can you go back to the Will Ferrell face? It got really intimidating and hot all of a sudden.
Well, he did leave one person out that he has been told to. I got to say this, Gene Wilder. But I don't really see that so much.
Well, it's the hair. If the hair gets wild.
When his
I
hair
thought
is
you were going to say you
Yeah.
met Gene Wilder and I was going to explode. That would be great.
Wonka Man.
No, and then when in the summertime, when it's deep into the summertime, and I've got that dark tan going, I'll get the George Hamilton sort of thing going.
What a hell of a thing to admit, Brett. I feel bad for you.
You should see it when I walk around in a Speedo.
Yeah, I should, I guess.
I mean, there's nothing more appealing to a human than like a 6'4" guy that's like rail thin in a Speedo.
That's the
what
cover of the book right there.
Well,
maybe?
I don't even know
you're giving me something to think about, Fish.
This has gone in tangents I never could have predicted. I'll just say that.
We go out on that high note
the
right
there.
there.
The 6'4" guy in a Speedo and a George Hamilton tan is how we're ending this. So, thanks,
Actually,
guys.
that's
We're going to
probably
move
not
on.
a
We're going to
good
take a break.
idea.
What's that?
That's probably not a good idea to end on that note, is it? I mean, there's got to be something. Now, somebody's
gotta make
gotta
your
have
last
another
shot.
question, right?
Lasting image right there. I love it.
Exactly.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank
for
you,
being
guys. This
here.
has been
My pleasure.
awesome.
Great to be here.
Let's set it up.
Thank you,
We're gonna
Dan
set
Fish.
Todd up. This is great.
Thank you.
Come.